Hello, Scott here. Today I'm going to talk about my large Topeak Aero Wedge saddlebag. It's pretty large, especially for one that fits under the saddle. One review I read described the bag as comically large, and it is big. I also carry a Topeak Alien 2 multi-tool to free up space in the bag. It just attaches to the frame. The bag is currently empty so I can demonstrate loading the cargo. You'll see it's going to swallow a lot of content. Here's a list of the things I'm going to load, and I carry this stuff with me at all times. So before I load, let me point out that unlike other bags which expand the wedge downward like this bag expands lengthwise in this direction, or like so. Let me get this unzipped. This section here is still pretty water resistant, so I don't worry about it too much in the rain. I'm going to go ahead and open the bag. Here on the back flap I've got a mesh pocket, and of course the bag is still very deep and it'll swallow my hand right up. I'm making a fist in the bottom here, but even with my hand completely open, it swallows all the way up to my wrist. Alright, let's go ahead and stuff this thing. I'll start with the small objects first. First up we have a spare spoke made of Kevlar. Next is a CO2 dispenser for inflating tires. I keep the CO2 bottles elsewhere on the bike in a special water bottle mount. I also carry SPD cleats and bolts. It kind of stinks if you have one work its way loose or come off, or perhaps one of your friends loses one. Next up is my trauma pack. Look this up on Amazon. It's fairly complete for addressing injuries following a crash or perhaps a dog bite. I hope I never need it, but I've been on a ride or two where first aid items have come in handy. I carry 2 inner tubes. As a randonneur who rides unsupported, the very idea of carrying only one tube is considered very risky. This is my Israeli tactical dressing. Look this thing up on YouTube to see what it can do and how it's applied. This bandage saved the day when a rider crashed and suffered a head laceration. This thing is terrific. I bought mine on Amazon and shipping was pretty quick. Next up is tire irons. I carry these by Spin Doctor. They have a metal insert. I ride on Continental tires that fit really tight, so I like having the stronger irons to help me get the bead up and over the rim. And we just stuff it in there a little bit and it fits pretty nice. This here is a auxiliary first aid kit. Let me get this up here in front of the camera. I have some bandages in it, but they're really just in there to keep the more important stuff from rattling around. Here on top I've got some tire boots, and then some latex gloves, and then here are the smaller bandages. They're just there for some anti-rattle, antiseptic wipes and things like that. And on here underneath I've got Advil, some folding scissors, I got a pair of tweezers which are really good for plucking embedded objects from tires, insect sting kit, and some Imodium AD. Everything that's in here is either stuff I've needed or wished I had. But here we go, we close it up, and the box closes up nice and neatly, and I just stuff it right here on the edge. And next up I've got another pair of latex gloves, actually several pair. These are good for keeping my hands clean in a first aid situation or if I have an ugly chain issue to address. I love these little packets of chamois butter. I actually use a different product, but this packaging is really good to have in case I wind up in a jam or if one of my friends do. Next up is a bare bones mini tool. Now I showed you I have an Alien on the bike, but I use this little guy for quick adjustments or in case someone else needs to borrow a tool real fast. Here's an eyedropper with some Dumont's Tech Oil in case I find myself with some squeaks. And last but not least, I have a patch kit. Got about 8 patches in here in case I find myself on the ugly side of a lot of flats, especially on an unsupported ride. The bag closes right up and no hesitation on the zipper. The bag is not overstuffed. So there you have it. I think the bag is great and it easily holds everything I think I need to have to keep my rides rolling and to keep me going on the road without having to call for a lot of help. Please feel free to post any questions if you have them, and thanks for watching. Take care. Hello, Scott here. Today I'm going to talk about my large Topeak Aero Wedge saddle bag. It's pretty large, especially for one that fits under the saddle. One review I read described the bag as comically large, and it is big.